Hi, I'm Aarati Krishnan and you're watching A to Z of stock market investing. Today let's look at N for Nifty-50. As of July 2015, there were 5,731 companies listed on the Bombay Stock Exchange and nearly 1,750 companies listed on the National Stock Exchange. On any given day, some of these stocks are rising, some are sinking, and some are doing nothing. So, how does a layman or a market watcher figure out how the overall market is moving? It is for this reason that the exchanges disseminate their bellwether indices. The National Stock Exchange puts out the CNX Nifty and the Bombay Stock Exchange gives out the S&P BSE Sensex. These indices, though they are made up of just 50 and 30 stocks respectively, occupy so much mind space among policymakers that if the finance minister presents a budget and the Nifty tanks by 300 points, there's immediately panic in the corridors of power and the FM and everybody around him rush to actually soothe hurt investor sentiments. Let us look at the example of the Nifty, which is managed by the India Index Services and Products Limited, which is an arm of the NSE. So how does the exchange decide which of the stocks should figure in the Nifty? There are four basic criteria that the exchange looks at. The first criteria is liquidity. Any stock which figures in the Nifty must have an impact cost of less than 0.5% in the last 6 months during trading. Impact cost is the extent to which a stock reacts to a specific sized buy or sell order which is put during live trading. Basically, the exchanges would like their indices to be made up of the most sensitive and liquid stocks in the universe. Therefore, they do not want to have stocks which are easily swayed by just trading patterns of institutional investors. The other key criteria for a stock to actually figure in the Nifty is its domicile. The company has to be registered in India and the stock also has to be listed on the National Stock Exchange to make it to the Nifty. The third criterion which the exchange looks at is the market capitalization of the stock. As we explained in a previous video, the market capitalization is the outstanding shares of a particular company which are available for trading. Now, in the NSE rules, basically any company with a minimum 10% free float can figure in the Nifty. That is, at least 10% of the company's total shares should be available for trading by the public. Apart from these three criteria, there is the free float market capitalization. Basically, only the top companies by free float market capitalization can make it into the Nifty. Typically, for a new stock to make an entry into the Nifty, it has to have at least 2 times the free float market cap of the smallest index constituent. So the Nifty or the Sensex, because they have the mandates of always representing the market quite accurately, have to undergo replacements from time to time. In the case of the Nifty, the index committee reviews the composition of the index every 6 months. So it prepares a list of all the stocks in the listed universe which are currently not in the index but meet its free float, liquidity, impact cost and other criteria. If these stocks fulfill these criteria, then they may make it into the Nifty when the committee meets once in every 6 months. By now we know how the stocks which figure in the Nifty are actually selected by the index committee. But what is also important is the weights that they carry within the index. The weights are important because it is the weights which actually decide the extent to which the movement in a single stock, say Reliance or Infosys, can actually influence the overall index for a particular day. The weights are basically determined on the basis of the free float market cap criteria in the Indian indices. So based on the free float market cap factor, which the exchange works out for different stocks in the Nifty, they are assigned weights and that actually decides how much of influence they have on the index. So to arrive at the Nifty value for a particular day, basically the market caps of all these stocks are listed down and multiplied by the respective weights. Then these values are added up. Once the values are added up, they are also referenced to a base date, the date on which the Nifty index was actually launched. The Nifty was launched in November 1995. So the value of the index as on that date was 1000 and therefore the current value of the index is always referenced to that base date and the movement in stock prices over the period from 1995 is sought to be captured in the index calculation. It's very hard to say, but actually the Indian method is such that it makes the indices extremely sensitive to market movements. Basically, because the stocks and sectors which have the largest market cap in the universe and are the most liquid and actively traded always find a place in the index, it is the most fancied and most active stocks that actually make up the Nifty. This makes the Nifty and the Sensex very volatile. It also makes them a very accurate barometer of the market mood.